Hello, good morning students. Today we will see breadth first search algorithm, which is also called as BFS from unit 2, which is an uninformed search algorithm or blind search algorithm, which will not use any information or heuristic to carry out the search. Breadth first search is an uninformed search algorithm which does not use any information to carry out the search. So today we are going to discuss this breadth first search algorithm. Similar type of algorithm we have discussed in the last class, that was depth first search algorithm, which was also uninformed search algorithm, which starts from the starting node and then moves along with the depth of the search. This breadth first search algorithm that will move along with the breadth of the search tree. So let us find out how this algorithm works. Since it moves along with the breadth of the search tree, therefore here we can understand its working by a diagram. Suppose S is your starting node. We name this starting node as node S and successor nodes as node A, B and C. Then at next level, successors of A, successor of B and successor of C. Suppose successor of this node A is D, E, successor of B F, successor of C G and H. So this breadth first search algorithm moves along with the breadth, meaning of that is first it will start with S, then it will move to the next level, it will check A, B and then C. If no goal, then it will check D, E, F, G and then H. So that's how algorithm will move level by level. And at any time t, if it finds out goal node, algorithm will terminate and return the goal path or solution path. So it has to generate all the children, successor nodes of every node. So therefore it's a brute force approach. Now let us understand functioning of this algorithm with this diagram. Here A is the starting node. As I told you, it moves along with the breadth, that is it will move level by level. First algorithm will check A, then it will go to B, C, D, this order, or from A it can go to D, C and B. If it follows that path, then next node check will be J, I, H, G, F and E. So that's how it will move along with the breadth, that is level by level. Now let us take one example and understand how it works, trace its execution. Suppose goal node is, we have to find out goal, suppose node D. So this algorithm has to store nodes on the list as that of depth first search. Now we are going to start with A. A, is it a goal? No. So therefore initially A will be on the list. So since it's not a goal, you will remove it from this list, and then you are going to explore this A, generate its children B, C and D. So this B, C, D will be put on this list, B, C and D. Since you have to move along with the breadth of this search tree, you have to put this successor nodes at the end of the list always, so that next node checked will be node B. Check B, is it a goal? No, it will be removed. Now algorithm will check first node on this list, C, is it a goal? No. Then it will check this D, is it a goal? Yes. Algorithm will terminate and return the result. Then what is the order in which nodes are visited now in this case? If you find out the order, first we have started with A, then B, then C, then node D. So order in which nodes were visited, that was A, B, C and then D. What is the solution path? Solution path will be from A to D. So solution path is A, D. Let us take some other example. Suppose your goal node is node I. Goal is node I. Let us find out order in which nodes will be visited. If I is a goal, you are going to start with A, then check B, C, D, then E, F, G, H and I. Right? Level by level. First level, then second level. So order in which nodes visited will be, if I is your goal, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and then I. What will be solution path? Solution path will be A, D and I. So solution path is A, D and I. There is another way. Same thing can be done by this algorithm in this way also. Instead of leftmost node first, if you take rightmost node, then order in which nodes will be visited will be, you are again going to start with A, then D, C, B, J and then I. So that would have been the order if you take rightmost node first. So you are going to put these elements on the list every time. All the generated node at that level will be on the list and you are putting those elements at the end of the list. So that data structure is your queue data structure. So this algorithm will implement that list as a queue data structure. First in, first out. Now let us put it in algorithmic form. You are going to start with starting node S, put it on the list. If list is empty or S itself is a goal node, algorithm will terminate. Generally that might not be the case most of the time. Third step is remove first node from that list. Suppose I call it D. Check that is it a goal? If yes, terminate. Otherwise, remove it, explore it, it will generate its successors and put all those successors, this is important, where you have to put all those successors, put all those successors at the end of the list and then repeat that step. Go to step 2. You have to do this until your queue is either empty, in that case no goal found, or you reach to the goal. So that's how this breadth first search algorithm works. Now let us analyze this algorithm. Initially we will talk about its time complexity. What is time complexity of an algorithm? Time required to find out your solution. It is of the order of b raised to d because you will have to visit all the nodes. Let us find out how. Suppose branching factor b is 2, right? And your d is 3. So how your search tree will look like? Since b is 2, every node will have 2 children. Then this node will also have 2 children. This node also 2, 2 and 2. Depth is 3. Now this algorithm has to go through all these nodes. So let us count how many nodes are there. At this level, first level, there is only one node. At next level, we have two nodes, then we have four nodes, and then 8. So this is your b, this is b square, this is b raised to 3. So in general, I can write this equation in this form: 1 plus b square plus b cube and so on. So if you put, it's a series, if you find out sum of that will be approximated to b raised to d if d is the depth of this search tree. So therefore time complexity of this algorithm will be b raised to d. Let us find out its space complexity. Space complexity refers to how much memory it requires. So at any time, maximum nodes that you will have to store on the queue. So since you are visiting all the nodes and you are putting all of them on the queue, your space complexity is also exponential, that is b raised to d. All those nodes you will have to remember in this breadth first search algorithm. Recall, in depth first search it was linear, b multiplied by m, where m is the depth where you have got the solution. So in terms of space complexity, depth first search is better than this breadth first search, because here space complexity is linear. But come to next property, optimality. Optimality refers to whether algorithm will be able to find out the shorter solution. Yes. Let us recall functioning of this algorithm. If suppose this is your state space, this is starting node S, and suppose this is your goal. Suppose your goal is, take some other goal. Goal is suppose D. This is your goal node D. So algorithm will return this solution as a first solution SD. Right? Some other goal, suppose same goal is present out here also. Algorithm may return this goal also, but first it will return this shorter goal, which is D, because it moves level by level. It will visit this node first, then this node D, which is at later level. So therefore algorithm is optimal. It will give you optimal solution. That was not the case in depth first search algorithm. Come to the fourth property, that is completeness. Completeness refers to, do we have guarantee that algorithm will return you the solution if it exists? Yes, since algorithm is visiting all the nodes, therefore algorithm is complete. So let us find out advantages and disadvantages of this algorithm. Since algorithm returns you the shorter solution, therefore algorithm is optimal. That is one of the major property attraction of this algorithm. Also, this algorithm is complete. If goal node exists, algorithm will give you guarantee that it will return that goal. But coming to the other side, the storage requirement is high, that is exponential, that is b raised to d. So if search space is very large, this algorithm is not feasible. Breadth first search is not used. Since algorithm has to remember all the nodes, therefore it's of not practical use if your search space is very large search space. So let us summarize. This breadth first search, as we have seen, that moves along with the breadth of the search tree. But if your search space is very large, then algorithm will not be preferred because it visits every node It has to store also all the nodes on it. But BFS is optimal, as well as in terms of storage space, algorithm requires exponential memory space.